Oh my god, I've had this script written for like a month and now they go and do I thought they were just gonna make more DLC. Absolute madman. Just... I just gotta do it. There's no better time to do this. So recently, and by recently I mean a while ago, because it took me forever to start recording this. God, I need to get on top of my shit. I did something I've never done before and bought a game I already own a second time. I bought Hollow Knight on Switch. Now, if you saw my review, you might know that my initial playthrough was cut short by a game crash that somehow deleted my save file. It was bullshit. I did end up replaying it though, and although I haven't seen everything because I'm bad at video games and can't fucking beat the second Grim fight, I've played for a long time, like over 100 hours, and that's just on PC. Goddamn, Team Cherry, they seriously put out one hell of a game, and now they're gonna put out another hell of a game. I really thought it was going to be DLC. They fooled all of us. But I've already reviewed Hollow Knight. Y'all know the gameplay, atmosphere, art, and all that shit are great, okay? This time, I want to try something I've never done before and focus solely on the emotional impact this game had on me. I don't know about all of you, but I tend to get overly invested in the media I consume. You can watch this video for more information on that. And playing through this game, I got, for lack of a better term, hella sad. I'm not gonna act like I totally get the story. It was all something vessel, something pale king. Also, those extra endings they added have only confused me, but I still don't want game theory to try to explain them. What made me sad was individual characters and their backstories, and I want to get these feelings out of my system. So let me get all explainy for once and tell you why I'm still sad about Hollow Knight. Obviously, I'm spoiling everything. If you don't like that, go play the game. It's rad. I suppose I should start with Hollow Nest itself, just a massive kingdom in ruins, plagued by an infection that reduced the former residents to mindless husks. It's like a zombie apocalypse, with bugs, so that's worse. Already a pretty bleak setting. I mean, there's a friggin' skull pit at the bottom. Actually, before I really get into this, they must have fucked up like 1,000,000 times to get the one good vessel, because look at how many skulls are in this pit. Could have made a killing selling those, man. People pay a lot for skulls. But anyway, let's start with an upset that is built up for most of the game, Grubfather. Early on, you come across this old grub crying in a cave. Can't interact with him, so you think, oh, that sucks, bro, and you leave him be. Over the course of the game, you discover he was crying because his children were missing and stuck in glass cages by Enderman. I mean, the Collector. Some theorize the Collector did so to protect them. That theory might be bang on, because once you save all the grubs and get your final reward, you can return to the Grubfather to see that he fucking ate all of them. And you can hear them from inside him. Now I've read many theories why he might have done this that make it seem more positive, like that big fly you fight being full of smaller flies. It could just be a part of grub parenting, but the fact remains that this is one hell of a gut punch when you thought you were doing something good the whole time, only to be met with bizarre grub cannibalism. Way to make me feel like shit, man. But before that, while you're still blissfully unaware and keeping an eye out for those cute little grubs on your journey, you're guaranteed to run into some more NPCs. And not all of them made me sad, like Cornifer, the old bug in Dirtmouth. There are a few colorful personalities that can bring a smile to your face, like this cheerful bug in the mines. Her name's Mila, and she likes digging for riches and singing fun songs about burying people. Mood. But eventually you'll pass by and Mila isn't looking so good, and she's forgetting the songs, and why can't she stop digging, and oops, she's infected. Will you kill her and spare her from this horrible life, or leave her be to exist as a mindless, violent husk? Speaking of the infection, here's something I only noticed on my second playthrough for some previously undiscovered sad. So I took a different route the second time, as you do, and I came across the Moss Prophet. They're an odd character, obviously infected with that orange shit you see further on in the game, and their voice is supremely annoying.
Go on.
But seeing them made me sad, because in my first playthrough, by the time I came across them, they were an infected pile of moss and presumably dead. And finding out that pile of moss wasn't always like that was a bit upsetting. Not sure why, their followers attack you on sight, and again, that voice is really irritating, but the dude's infected and you can't do shit about it, you just have to let it happen. Life sucks. Life must especially suck for the last Stag, though. That's right, even the fast travel system is here to make you feel bad. The Stagways have been dormant for so long that he literally forgot where his nest was. Wait, where was he living the whole time then? You know what, it doesn't matter. What does matter is that you eventually open up all the stations and he remembers the location. And it's full of stag corpses. Yeah. Of course, it's not totally tragic, as the last Stag regains hope that there may be more stags out there and gets renamed as simply Old Stag. And indeed, you do find the shell of an egg in the nest. Although I do have to wonder if the former inhabitant of that egg hatched and immediately went downstairs to find a pile of corpses. Reminds me of the movie 9. Speaking of media that makes me hella sad, by the way, what the fuck is this supposed to mean, and where is my sequel, scientist? Anyway, you'll have to explore most of the map before you get an invitation to that corpse party. By the time you get there, you'll probably have mastered all the nail arts. Oh yeah, the Nail Masters. Brothers that reside at the edges of the world, just about as far away from each other as they could possibly be. And only one seems to have found peace, yet they're all still thinking of each other and the one who trained them. They've each got their secluded places to hide away in, but the past clearly still haunts them. I just want to shake these dudes and tell them to go visit each other. They know where their brothers live. Mato, it took me like 10 minutes to get from Green Path to your house. Go visit Shio. Y'all are breaking my heart. Also, Sly misses all of you. Go check in on him once in a while. I guess I can't be too mad because one of the few shreds of happiness to be found in this game lies with Shio once you've fully upgraded your nail. The nail guy asks you to kill him because he's got nothing left to live for having made the strongest nail. Fucking no. Go get some therapy. Well, he does the next best thing. You can find him hanging out with Shio, making art and stuff, and they're really happy together. Good. Don't worry though, because the bleak atmosphere remains, supported by the Dream Nail to provide additional bonus bleakness. Besides it letting you see ghosts, using the Dream Nail on NPCs pretty much tells you what they're thinking, which can be upsetting, depending on the character. But you can also use the Dream Nail on various corpses you discover on your journey. Hooray! Such as with Nosk. You'll find an area where a copy of you is in sight, just out of reach, and it's incredibly unnerving, as is typical of Deep Nest. But when you use the Dream Nail on the bodies you find littered before Nosk's lair, you discover it doesn't just copy its prey. It can disguise itself as anyone from its prey's memories, such as family members or dead loved ones. Kinda like that bastard Pennywise. The idea that these bugs met their ends chasing after a familiar face is tragic. Like, damn, I was not prepared for these feels, man. Also, Nosk's fight is bullshit, so it can fuck off twice as much. It doesn't end there. At the edge of Deep Nest, you find a spider's nest full of friendly bugs that tell you to sit and rest. Which is obviously a trap, because I'm pretty sure these are just dead bodies being puppeted. But you can also find a pile of corpses nearby that fell into that trap as well, and I don't blame them because the last bench was like a mile ago past all these fucking spiders and these fucking things, and I fucking hate Deep Nest. Seriously. Fuck Deep Nest. Also not a huge fan of the Dream Nail unveiling how much of a dick certain characters are, and no, I don't just mean Zote. This bug hanging out in Queen Station, she's considering eating you. Oh shit, she already ate that dude. This somehow uninfected bug that outlived her bourgeois peers, she takes delight in the idea that she'll outlive you too. Also, she's a classist bitch, but you don't need the Dream Nail to know that. And Tiso? Well, he's the same inside and out, an egoistic warrior seeking to take on the trials of the Colosseum. In fact, you'll eventually find him there. Wow, does that mean you'll have to fight him at some point? It'd suck to have to kill him to finish the trials, but his actual fate is somehow even more depressing. He dies off-screen, and you find his body in the pit where they throw fallen trial goers. Ah, man. I suppose he found what he wanted, but it's clear he was planning to win, and even though he was a douche, I really felt bad for him. You know, these random deaths can be pretty gratuitous. Like Leg Eater, if you upgrade all the fragile charms with the Grim Troop, he leaves to find the lady who did it, and she eats him. You don't see him get eaten though, because, well, half the stuff that happens in this game occurs while you aren't looking. And who else? What the... Oh yeah, Cloth. How could Cloth make me sad? She's a warrior, and she's here to take on Hallownest, and sure, she's not the toughest, but ain't no shame in needing to be helped out of a jam, and I'm glad to do it. Look, she'll even back you up in a fight. Wait, no. She's dead. But wait, there is a possibility that you play differently, and she lives, and you can find her later in Dirtmouth. Cool, let me just use Dreamnail to see what's on her mind. I bet she's glad to still be in one piece. Oh. Yeah, she came here to die, and her happy ending was dying in that fight and going to join Nola in the afterlife. Is there anyone that escapes tragedy? Well, I guess Millabelle does. For all the wrong reasons. And I bet you thought, oh, this kindly banker lady, sure, I'll leave some geo with you. Sounds safer than potentially losing it all by mistake.
2 hours later.
Okay, I want to buy this thing. Let me go withdraw some money. What the fuck? Dude. Not cool. For me, someone who is constantly paranoid that my shit will get stolen, this is a nightmare scenario. I didn't even bother trying to continue playing before looking up exactly where this bitch went to go beat my geo out of her. I think you get more money back than you put in, so it can be seen as an investment. But it can also be seen as some bullshit, so I don't even bother with it now. I guess the idea of somebody so willfully setting out to trick me when they seem nice really darkens my view of the world in a way I don't appreciate. Wait, who's that? Quarrel! The light in the darkness, a recurring positive presence throughout the game. Unless you entered this area too early, in which case you won't see him anywhere else. Fair warning. He even helps you during a boss fight and does not die during said boss fight. But why was he here in the first place? Well, I'm not 100% on this, but I guess he was an assistant to one of these nerds who you have to kill, and he somehow forgot about it until he was staring her in the face. And then you can say goodbye to your short meetings with him around the map, because his story is basically done. But he doesn't simply vanish or stay here. No, that wouldn't be heartbreaking enough. Instead, you can find him at the edge of the lake he mentioned wanting to see earlier and sit with him. You can sit with him for as long as you like. I swear I sat there for at least 10 minutes because I did not want to say goodbye. Once you leave and come back, you see his nail stuck in the ground. So, he's not confirmed dead, and I'd like to believe he simply left Hallownest behind. But then, his chances of getting past the infected masses to the exit without a weapon seem slim, and this is the last place you see him, and there's never gonna be any DLC of him because they're making a sequel instead. Oh, I don't like where this train of thought is going. You know what? It's fine. He's alive. He made it. He's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Was that everything? I think that was everything, yeah. So that, 3 people who stuck it out to the end of this absurdly long video, is why I'm still sad about Hollow Knight.